Welcome back to Anything German Shepherd. When a German Shepherd is in heat, she's fertile and prepared for breeding. Unlike a human menstrual cycle that lasts between 5 and 7 days, a dog will be in heat for around 2 to 4 weeks, but the whole cycle itself is a long and drawn out process. As the heat cycle can be complicated for new dog owners, let's first go over the 4 key stages of a heat cycle. The first stage of a heat cycle is known as the proestrus stage, and can last anywhere between 4 and 20 days, with most dogs averaging about a week. The signs of a dog entering her proestrus stage are bloody discharge, an enlarged vulva, tail tucking, and other changes in behavior that could include feeling sorry for herself, and becoming clingy, quiet, confused, nervous, or aloof. It's also common for your dog to lose her appetite during this time. The second stage is when the actual heat cycle properly begins, and is known as the estrus stage. This typically lasts between 5 and 14 days, and indicates that your dog is fertile and ready to procreate. The common signs of this stage include a change in discharge color, untucking their tail, and further changes in behavior. As this stage is when she's fertile, it's very important to keep them away from dogs who might not be neutered. However, if you're wanting to breed your German Shepherd, now is the time to do so. This is why it's so important to keep an eye on her proestrus stage, as it'll give you an idea of how long she has until she's fertile. After all the excitement of the estrus stage, she'll enter a 60 to 90 day period called the diestrus stage, where the straw-colored discharge will turn red once again, and she'll tuck her tail around her vulva, marking the end of the fertility window. The final stage indicates when the heat cycle is over at last, and is called the anostrus stage. This generally lasts between 60 to 90 days until she re-enters the proestrus stage once again. This is a key moment to be aware of for those who wish to spay their dog. Since a dog cannot be spayed until her heat cycle is definitely over, it's important to write down the length of the cycle so you know when to take her to the vets for the surgery. Whereas most dogs enter their first heat cycle at 6 to 9 months old, due to their size, German Shepherds are more likely to be around 1, maybe even 2 years old. Small dogs are also more likely to go into heat twice a year, while large breeds like German Shepherds might go into heat once a year. The main stage of the heat cycle usually lasts around 5 to 14 days, however, the entire cycle lasts up to 6 months. And unlike humans, dogs don't go through menopause, so females will go in and out of heat for the rest of their lives. Now that we've gone over how the heat cycle works and what to look out for, let's now take a look at some of the steps you can take to make your pooch's cycle a little easier for everyone involved. Fortunately for you, you mostly just have to let your dog do whatever she needs to do. From the moment she has her first heat cycle, her natural instincts will set in immediately. But this doesn't mean your dog won't need some extra attention from you. During her heat cycle, a female dog will become increasingly clingy and overly affectionate. So the best thing you can do is to give her all the love in the world. This means that if she leaves behind a mess of bloody discharge, don't yell. She's agitated and nervous enough as it is, so speak only with a gentle voice to let her know that nothing is wrong. You're also going to want to protect your home to prevent having to deal with bloody discharge on your floor, cushions, bedding, and clothes for the next couple of weeks. The easiest way to protect your furniture is to place old towels everywhere. If she likes to curl up on the couch, put some old towels underneath her. And for extra protection, you can also consider reusable dog period pants, which will catch bloody discharge similar to diapers and sanitary towels. During this time, you're also going to want to keep her on a leash at all times, since nothing will stop both male and female dogs from attempting to mate when she's in her heat cycle. If your dog is no longer clingy and affectionate, and instead is more interested in mating with males, you might want to consider isolating her in another room to prevent unwanted pregnancies. However, don't limit her social contact with humans. GSDs are incredibly loyal and affectionate dogs, so make sure to keep her preoccupied with lots of attention. And as always, if you're a new dog owner or even if you're just feeling anxious about the state of your dog, don't hesitate to take her to the vet. The vet will be able to reassure you that her heat cycle is totally normal and will probably give you tips on how to deal with it. They can also discuss the option of spaying in the future if you're tired of dealing with her heat cycle. Hopefully this little guide has given you some peace of mind as your pooch enters her next heat cycle. Thanks for joining us today. Feel free to subscribe to our channel and newsletter, and don't forget to hit the like button. Until next time.